Okay, good evening everyone and welcome to tonight's multi-district training Zoom for the Carpenter and Cashen districts. Tonight we have got area manager and qualification, Fiona Stevenson, who will be training with us tonight on the slim-in wraps and the sea sauce range that complements that. So I'm going to hand straight over to her and off we go. There you go.
Hi, good evening everybody. Thank you for the introduction, Carla. So thank you everybody for tonight for coming on to listen to this training. Now, there is a lady called Alison Hutchinson who is in Arbonne, and what she has done is taken note that these skinny wraps that all these different companies are doing are really famous and everybody wants them. It's the new craze. So she took some time to look into it, to look at what was actually used in the skinny wraps and why they work, and realised that we actually have all the products within Arbonne that are suitable to use for these skinny wraps. But of course, our products are pure, safe and beneficial, so much better. So she has basically transferred all the products from other companies to ours, and we do the equivalent of all of these products and manage to do the skinny wraps. So I'm going to talk you through a few things. Firstly, the main areas to do a skinny wrap is the tummy, the thighs and the arms. The purpose of these skinny wraps is to detoxify that specific area of your body and clear the waterway. So it gives you a temporary inch loss of weight loss. Now, I stress this is temporary. It's not a permanent thing, and it's not to be used in place of a diet or healthy eating plan. It reduces the benefits of this. It reduces cellulite, it nourishes the skin, it tightens and firms the skin, and it gives your skin a healthy glow. And the way that it works is similar to if you have a fever when you're poorly. The reason you have a fever is so that your body can detoxify and get all the nasties out and sweat everything out. And that's how this works. So it creates a furnace almost. So that you sweat out the toxins from that area through your skin. So it targets problem areas to encourage sweat to detoxify that specific area. And what it does is get rid of the waterway. So quite often when you are on a healthy eating plan or a diet, you'll lose weight steadily, and then it will get to the point where you can't shift that last half a stone. And usually that is because it's the waterway, and that's what this does. This sheds the waterway. Now, as soon as you start putting toxins back into your body, so as soon as you start drinking tea or eating chocolate or whatever, then as the toxins go back into your body, obviously the weight goes back on. So this lasts up to 2 weeks, but it's a good idea to do your first wrap once you've already started a healthy eating plan. So if you start a healthy eating plan on a Monday, try and do it for the following weekend or a couple of weekends after that, so that your body has started to cleanse anyway, and you reduce the amount of toxins that are in your body anyway. Okay, 2 top tips. The first one is to drink plenty of water. So you drink lots of water beforehand, lots of water during the treatment, and then definitely lots of water afterwards. Carrying on through so that in the morning when you wake up, you still continue to drink a lot of water, because this will dehydrate you. The second tip is to measure the area. So measure the area beforehand, and then measure the area afterwards, that you can see how many inches are lost, but then measure for a third time in the morning, because this treatment does continue to work throughout the night, so you will see another loss in the morning further to your loss immediately after the treatment. If you're measuring the tummy area and you're doing the tummy area, measure 3 places, so underneath the bra line, at your waist, and then at your nipple line, and put a little mark with a biro pen where you're measuring, so that you remember to measure in the exact same area. Okay, so step by step, let's go through it. So the first thing you want to do after you've measured is to cleanse the area. So you use the detoxifying rescue wash to do this. Now, if you're at somebody's house and you're just doing it with one person, then obviously they can just get in the shower and wash, and that's fine. But if you're doing skinny wrap parties, which are all the rage nowadays, and you have 5 women all stood there waiting to be done, you can just take some hand towels, tuck them in the top of the trousers if you're doing the tummy, and they can wash, with a flannel, and a bowl of water is fine. But it is easier in the shower from personal experience. Okay, so that's it. So step 1, measure. Step 2, wash with the detoxifying rescue wash. Step 3 is to massage with the 5-in-1 oil. Now this step is optional, but it stimulates your system and makes it a more luxurious treatment, so more of a spa treatment. So if you are offering this, as a spa treatment, it's quite nice to add that bit in. Massage. Number 4, step 4 is to massage with the foam and sea salt scrub. So you get some of your hands, rub your hands together, and then massage in circular motions around. And then once you've done that, you leave it on the skin for 1 minute before you clean it off. Again, if you've got a shower, it's easy to do in one person. If not, bowl with warm water. Okay, step 4 is to apply an even layer of the body gelée. This is quite a thin layer, you don't need a lot. And apply it to the whole skin area that you're going to be doing. And the next step, step 6, is optional again. So what you can do is add the mud mask over the top of the thin layer of gelée. Now what this does is it just intensifies the treatment. It's another barrier, so it creates another layer for heat to be trapped in. And also the mud mask is designed to detoxify anyway, so it just enhances the treatment, but it is optional. If not, just stick with the gelée. And then step 7, so whilst you're doing all of this, you can have bandages soaking in the purifying sea soap, which is the little sachets that you get from the sea source range. So 1 sachet will soak 3 bandages. So do 3 clients. So put them in a bowl of warm water and the sea soap before you start step 1, so they can be weighted. Okay, so the next step is to wrap them up. So get the bandages, wrap your client in the bandages, and then wrap cling film over the top. Now this can just be any cling film that you have, anyone has to be in special cling film. And then you leave that on for 45 minutes. Now I have got the link here to the bandages, the ones that you buy from Amazon, and I will send them over. I think it's about £5.50-ish for 2 bandages, but I'll send the link over. So after 45 minutes, you remove and then remeasure. Now at this point, if you have just used the gelée and not the mud mask, then you can just rub the rest of the gelée in, and that's absolutely fine, and your body will soak up and you can go to bed. If you have used the mud mask, then you will need to go and wash that off. So just take that into account as well if you're doing parties. Now during that 45 minutes, you will start to feel really hot, and the area that you've bandaged up will start to feel really hot. But the gelée, obviously, you will know, having tried the gelée, it's got this cooling effect, so it kind of counteracts it. So during the process, you get really hot and then quite cold, and then really hot and then quite cold again. And it is completely normal to have that fluctuation within temperature, and it's just the treatment working. So for 40 minutes beforehand, start drinking your water. I think that's about it. When you take the bandages out of the sea soap, wring them out before you start wrapping them. I think that's it. That's everything I have written down. Does anyone have any questions? No, we're all good? Brilliant.
I'm just unmuting everyone.
Okay. So another thing, what I'm doing so far is, I mean, there is no course that you can go on to qualify you to do this or anything like that, but I have suggested, what I'm doing at the moment is advertising myself to being able to offer these skinny wraps, but I'm practicing on people for free to build up my skill. During that time, I have offered the skinny wrap set for sale, and you can put that together yourself. So you can purchase the products that you need, including the bandages, put them all together, work out how much it's cost you to do, and then offer them for, for your, whatever price you choose to set them at. And you can have one on display and say, this is how it arrives. And I think the only reference that I've got to this is in dollars, so I do need to convert it, and I also need to double check that it hasn't changed too much since the price change at the beginning of this month. But the reference that I had to it worked out that if you put the set together, it gave you 24 wraps for about $145. and that was including the bandages. So it was all of these ingredients, including the bandages. So I need to convert that to sterling and double check with the new prices and work it all out. And once I've done that, I will obviously put all that together in a poster and send it out to you guys. The other option is to charge to do the skinny wraps, and you can, work out how much of the product you're going to be using each time, and a percentage of what that will cost you, and then set a price from there. But obviously that's optional for how you choose to do it per person.
Is there a how-to guide? So like what you've just said, as in the step process.
Yeah, I just typed that up, but I can send that on to you. I can email that to you.
I was thinking, because if you do put the things together and someone's buying that as a set, then having a step-by-step how-to, but one for you hosting a party and yourself, you've got a guide to make sure that you're following what you should, and then secondly to put into a pack, for someone to be able to repeat it at home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then on the how-to guide, if what I'm planning to do is to have each step on sort of a smaller piece of paper, maybe A5, with the directions of that step and a photograph of the product that you need to use, and then laminate them all and then just tie them together, with a piece of ribbon, and put that in the pack as well. My idea is to put all the products that you need in this little basket, wrap it in, cellophane with, nice green ribbon on it, and sell it as a pack like that. So.
Yeah, no, it's good. Does anyone have any questions?
And then would we then just charge it sort of as in like cash in hand and everything? So obviously then it wouldn't be going through.
No, what I think it would get quite complicated. That is obviously. It is completely optional. You can do that if you want to. How I would like to do it is to have one ready made so they can see it, and then say, if you would like to purchase one, I can help you with your order. Set them up online as a preferred client, or a client, and order each product for them, with them. But just have one as sort of a for display purposes, and say, and that's it. I wouldn't actually take cash for the products like that. I would just set them up online to do it there and then.
Because obviously, the bandages aren't through. No, that's only.
Yeah,
and somewhere supposed to be getting the bandages free.
Yeah, if they purchased all the products from a preferred client point of view through on their own, and then I would maybe take the extra cash for the basket and the bandages or something like that. I suppose it would be easy to have them set up ready and buy cash in hand, but then it's it's you making them up as you go.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to stop recording. So thank you very much for the training, Fiona. Right, 1 second.